Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. What is this Bitcoin? Is it a scam? Is it a good investment for your future? If you have no knowledge, no financial knowledge about it, this is the video for you, because I'm just gonna explain everything for someone who have no idea what this Bitcoin is. And shall we buy it, or is it a good investment? Is it a scam? All the questions will be answered in this video. I'm just gonna really give us simple examples, and I will try to really define what this Bitcoin is. In order for us to understand what the Bitcoin is, we need to understand the whole science behind it as well. What is the whole philosophy behind this one? So money is basically, you can have it in exchange of value. The money been changing its form by passing the time. So in the past, we used to do something for someone, and in exchange, they used to do something for us as well. That what we used to call it a barter system. It still exists in many countries. So we have these people who will probably cut our hairs or fix our shoes or do our clothing on everything. In exchange, we will give them a rice after every 6 months or a flower every 6 months. So this is basically a barter system concept. You add me some value, and in exchange, I will do something for you, either give you some kind of products or give you some kind of services. By passing time, whole barter system started to just go away. In exchange of that, we had this gold and silver. So you do something for the king or queen, or you do something for some rich person. In exchange, they give you some gold or they give you some silver. We used to call them a dirham, dinar. They used to made of gold and everything. But by passing time, let's say you have a big joint bulk gold for rich people, and if they need to buy something from another country, they either have to send over that gold or take the gold with them, which can be a lot risk. Then we had this system, and we said, okay, the bank system came in, and the bank said, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold the gold from you, and in exchange of gold, we will give you these papers or coins. So by passing the time, these papers and coins shape been changing as well. But there is a problem in each and every system, like from the barter system to until now in the banking system. And the problem is that control of the currency is in limited hands, like a central bank control everything nowadays as well. With that kind of power, what comes is a corruption. If you have one institution controlling everything, then the problem is that can be easily corrupted. Anytime the people in a government or the people in bank, they can decide to print a lot of money, and the value of the money will go down day by day as well. Late in 2008 or 9, there was an unknown group of people who published a white paper, and that white paper introduced the concept of Bitcoin. And the Bitcoin is basically a replacement for this existing currency, which is a digital currency as well. I mean, nowadays we are using a lot of digital currency anyway. I don't even remember last time when I touched the cash. But even that digital currency like Visa or MasterCard is controlled by the government. Either I'm gonna have a pound inside, dollar inside, rupees inside, naira inside. It can be any currency. But this concept of the Bitcoin, a digital currency, this was actually based on open source software. I know this where it get complicated, but I'm just gonna keep it very simple for you. So this is a sort of a digital currency software based on an algorithm which automatically, the word that they use is it will mine a Bitcoin. Nobody actually controls that software. Nobody actually tells like how much the value is going to be for that particular Bitcoin. They are being created day by day. And who actually kind of legitimize them? Who actually tell them, okay, this is acceptable or this is not acceptable? Because once you have a people in power like a central bank, or you have a people in power like a politician, or back in the days, the kings and queens, they used to legitimize that gold, silver, or the paper money that they actually printed. But with the Bitcoin, it got legitimized when the people actually started to accept it. So even the platform like a PayPal, the platform like a Coinbase wallet, they started to do the transaction for the Bitcoin as well. So that actually gives some legitimacy to the Bitcoin. How we actually determine the value of this Bitcoin? Who actually control the value? That's the main question right here. And the answer to that question is nobody. If I buy a Bitcoin and I bought it for, let's say, $1, $2, $3, and it's up to me to decide how much I want to sell it to somebody else. If I bought it for $5 and I decide to sell it for $10, then the whole value of the Bitcoin will go up and everybody have a more value in that Bitcoin as well. Like that was initially was a flawless system. We don't need to use the bank. We don't need to use anything. People will be in the power and they will be able to decide how much money they can hold and how much the value it is going to be for that. So that was a game changing back then. But the problem with Bitcoin nowadays, like there are some firms and institutions who are actually kind of inflating the price for the Bitcoin. So if I have a Bitcoin and if I do too many transactions around Bitcoins, I buy it for £5 and then I sell it for £10 and then I buy back for £15 and then I sell it for £20. There are the people who are just doing that to inflate the price for the Bitcoin. So that is sort of going like a wild west, they say nowadays. But is it a good investment for the future? Is it something that we should look into it? We need to go back and understand the concept of communism and socialism. And when you have this socialist system, then there is no incentive for an investor. So in a socialist system, they say everybody should have equal rights, everybody should be making sort of equal money. But if everybody will be making equal money, then why would somebody actually open a factory and then get paid the similar amount, and the people who is working inside the factory have made no initial investment and they will get paid same as well? So there is no incentive for the investor. So these both systems have a flaw as well. At the end of the day, a human being don't want to be rich. Hear me out. They just want to get richer than other person. But once you have this system where nobody is actually controlling anything, we as a human being like to be controlled. Like we always kind of complain about, okay, well, we want a freedom, we want a transparency, we want to know. With the Bitcoin, you can actually know how many Bitcoin somebody hold as well. You might not know their name, but you will know how many Bitcoins are there and how many Bitcoin they hold as well. But the thing is, that level of transparent things are not something I would say we are designed to do as well. So with mentioning the flaw that they have, like somebody buy the Bitcoin and they inflate the price for the Bitcoin by just doing a lot of transaction around it, it is sort of kind of getting manipulated already. This system might be introduced, this currency might be introduced as well. Might this all central bank system we will see in the future will going away, but somebody have to have some sort of power in the hand who will control rest of the people, because we as a human being designed to be controlled.